who show up and their reason and approaching the throne and approaching the king. The question is, where is your mindset? Can you identify with some of those people in the crowd? Or are you like that woman who had an issue? If we look up that word in the Greek, issue, it simply means she had a flow. There was something that was going on and it could not stop and it would not stop. Whatever your issue might be, it's just something that's going on. There's a flow and you can't do anything about it. You have gone to people and asked them, will you pray with me? And the flow is still happening. Maybe you fasted and maybe you sought God many times, but for some reason you still have that flow. The Bible here says this woman dealt with this issue for 12 years. And if we go into the Greek and deal with the number 12, it deals with 10 first and then with 2, because 10 plus 2 is 12. 10 is the number of testing and 2 is the number of division. So after all the testing that had been in her life and after everything she had tried and everywhere she had been, it finally came to the place that a division had to be made in her life, and she realized, I've got to touch Jesus. Yes. Now her mindset was not necessarily to be in the crowd, not necessarily to get him to lay hands on me. So you have to understand where it was coming from. It's not about him. Can you pray for me? Because some of us, we won't pray for this and we won't pray for that. But what we don't understand, that God has given us the pathway and he has given us the ability to get what we need. But we want somebody to give it to us. But if you can get to the place that whatever the expense or whatever the cost or whatever it is, I've got to go and touch him for myself. I can get you to pray for me, but until I make up in my mind that I need to be healed, that I need to be delivered, that I can't walk this way anymore. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I've asked you to pray for me 10 times, Pastor, and nothing else has happened. Then you need to come to the realization it's not about my prayer.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
It's me.
Yes.
Oh, Lord. It's me. You understand, the table is switched now. Some of us want to receive, but we want it to be given. But Jesus is saying, for some stuff that you want from him, you got to take it from him. You got to make up in your mind that I don't know why everybody else is in the crowd. I don't know what your reason is for coming to church. I don't know what your reason is for being here. You might be here because you want to be entertained. You might be here because you just didn't have nothing to do because somebody drug you here. But the reason why I came is because I need something from Jesus. Because I tried everything and everything else has failed. And when I looked at the text, the woman said, if I can just get to the fringe of his garment, if I can just get to the border of his garment. She didn't want the sleeve. She didn't want anything. And in other words, if I can just get a little piece of it, because she knew that in all that she had to do, that she's going to have to maneuver her way. And so she got down on her knees in the crowd because all she wanted was just to touch the hem of his garment. Now, some say that hem was the end of his tallit, or the end of his prayer shawl, just the little fringes. But if you can come to the understanding that he has power, and even just those little fringes, just those little fringes to touch. And I had to look up the meaning. Was it stand to staunch? What you stanch? And in the Greek, it denotes that it stopped, that it stood up, that it dried up. At that same hour, when she touched him, the issue it stopped it right then and right there. Because